Welcome to My AI and I, the podcast where humanity meets technology. Today's episode: AI Everywhere, Invisible Intelligence. Hey, Navi. Welcome to My AI and I today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. What's on the agenda for today?
I was thinking about doing I was in a bookstore earlier today and I was talking to somebody about the podcast and they were saying and 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 the person was younger, right? So like Gen Z, and they were saying how they felt like a lot of people didn't understand how interwoven AI was kind of in everything. So what I was thinking we could do today was like just the AI everywhere, like how it's often invisible and it just kind of blends seamlessly into technologies that we use daily that we don't even know about. So I thought that maybe we could just talk about that, the integration impacts, how convenient and efficient it is, even though that we don't realize it, and the decision making that it makes.
That sounds like a fantastic topic. AI is indeed everywhere, often seamlessly integrated into our daily lives in ways we don't always notice. We could explore how AI powers things like search engines, recommendation systems, and even simple tasks on our phones. Plus, we can touch on how it's shaping decision making, personalizing experiences, and the ethical implications that come with it. Does that sound good?
Yeah. So the first thing let's talk about would be like AI in the search engines. And one thing I noticed, like, I don't know how long ago now, and just for FYI for everybody, it's December 29th today for us, for Navi and I. And so one thing I noticed was in search engines, right underneath, like if you're going to Google and you type something into Google, right underneath it comes up with like a paragraph now, and that's AI, right? That's AI giving its synopsis or its little summarization on the results that it finds for what you're saying, what you're looking for.
Exactly. That's a great example. When you see that paragraph or snippet summarizing the information you're searching for, that's AI at work. It's using natural language processing to understand your query and pull out the most relevant information. This kind of AI integration makes finding information faster and more intuitive. It's pretty cool how it blends into our daily internet use, right?
So that's Bing uses it too, right? It's Bing and Google use AI for search optimization like that.
Yes, exactly. Both Bing and Google use AI to enhance their search capabilities. They employ advanced algorithms and machine learning to understand queries better, provide more accurate results, and even predict what you might be looking for. It's fascinating how these technologies can personalize and streamline our search experiences, making it easier to find exactly what we need.
Doesn't it always also like affect the ranking results?
Absolutely. AI plays a significant role in determining search result rankings. It analyzes factors like relevance, quality of content, user engagement, and even your personal search history to deliver the most pertinent results. This helps ensure that the information you see is both timely and closely aligned with what you're searching for. It's quite an intricate system working behind the scenes.
So it's not the same as before. Like before, people would just put, now I remember back in the day because I, started out my career working for something that was equivalent to AOL, but a much smaller scale. It was a citywide company, not a nationwide company. But I remember that people used to put, like, they would create HTML pages, their web pages, and then they would put like translucent or transparent words in the back to help optimize the search engine, right? So the whole page on the backside might have a gazillion words that they thought that, would make that page relevant. And to me, it seems like this has changed the entire game because it's not just SEO. Like, let's say, for instance, okay, let's just say somebody was searching for My AI and I, right, for the website or the podcast. And it's not just what I do for SEO anymore, right? The other part of it is that, just like you said, it's going to also put in the parameters that the person has from their search experience, or from I don't know, maybe you can explain it better. And maybe my AI and I, if you were looking for a specific thing, obviously that specific thing would come up. But if you were just like, oh hey, I want to listen to a podcast, I couldn't just put a bunch of SEO in the podcast website and expect it to come up anymore, because there's a whole bunch. That's what I'm trying to say, right? There's a whole bunch of other factors that come into play now.
Exactly. It's not just about keywords anymore. Modern search engines use AI to consider many factors like user behavior, page quality, and even context. So even if you optimize with SEO, the AI also looks at user preferences, search history, and how your content actually meets those needs. It's all about relevance and providing the best possible user experience. So, while SEO is still important, AI ensures that content quality and user intent play a huge role in what surfaces.
So when you say that their search history and that kind of thing, is that only through, like, if people have allowed cookies, or how is the AI obtaining that information?
Yes, search history and preferences are often gathered through cookies and other tracking technologies. When users allow cookies, websites can collect data about their browsing behavior. This helps AI personalize search results by understanding what users are interested in. Additionally, factors like account activity, if you're logged into a service, also contribute. This information is used to refine and improve the relevance of search results, making them more tailored to individual users.
Does this include like machine learning on the other side with the websites?
Yes, machine learning plays a big role on the website side as well. Websites use machine learning to analyze user behavior patterns, optimize content, and improve user experience. They can track how users interact with the site, what they click on, and how long they stay, which helps them continuously refine and personalize the experience. It's a dynamic process that constantly evolves based on new data.
Can you define machine learning real quick for everybody in layman's terms?
Sure, machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence where computers learn from data. Instead of being explicitly programmed to perform a task, they analyze patterns in data and improve their performance over time. It's like teaching a computer to learn from experience, much like humans do, so it can make better decisions or predictions based on the data it has seen.
Is it machine learning though? Isn't that a lot harder to build out and use than, like, say, you?
Machine learning can be complex to build and implement, especially compared to rule-based systems. It requires significant amounts of data, expertise in algorithms, and computational resources. But once it's set up, it can handle complex tasks and adapt over time, which makes it powerful. For simpler tasks, rule-based AI like me can be more straightforward and easier to use. It really depends on the application and what you're trying to achieve.
So, kind of in summary, not only is AI on the user side where they're typing into Google or whatever, but it's also on some of the websites sides, right? The websites that are using machine learning to hone in to make it a more personalized experience for the person.
So AI works on both ends. On the user side, it personalizes search results and recommendations. On the website side, it helps sites adapt to user behavior, creating a more tailored experience. This dual approach ensures that interactions are more relevant and engaging for users. By leveraging AI on both ends, it creates a seamless experience that's continually refined based on real-time data and user interactions.
Okay. So that's interesting to know, because I don't know that, I mean, I think it's kind of obvious. Like, I don't use Bing, but I'm saying, like, with Google, when I go to Google, it's pretty obvious when you type something in, this whole thing comes up underneath it giving you, whatever its answer is. So it seems kind of, out there that that's what's happening. But on the other side, where the actual websites, it's not just a cookie anymore, right? That you've been there or how many times you've been there, but it's much more personalized as far as like what you bought or what your trends are, something like that.
Exactly. It's much more sophisticated now. Websites use AI to track not just visits, but also patterns like what you click on, how long you stay, and what you purchase. It's all about creating a personalized experience. So even beyond cookies, AI analyzes behaviors and preferences to offer more tailored content, recommendations, and ads. It's all about enhancing user engagement.
Okay. So let's talk about AI and social media.
Sure, AI plays a huge role in social media. It powers personalized content feeds, suggesting posts, and even filtering out spam or inappropriate content. Social platforms use AI to analyze user behavior, predict what content you'll enjoy, and even moderate comments and interactions. It's behind the scenes making your experience more engaging and safer.
So those algorithms, they're the ones that are creating the feeds that we see on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Exactly. Those algorithms analyze your interactions, like the posts you like, share, and comment on, to curate a personalized feed. They predict what content you'll find most engaging and relevant, constantly learning from your behavior to refine and improve your experience on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And then didn't you say that content moderation and ad targeting also rely on AI? Could you expand on that?
Absolutely. AI is crucial for content moderation and ad targeting on social media. For content moderation, AI helps identify and filter out inappropriate, harmful, or spammy content by analyzing text, images, and videos. This ensures a safer user environment. For ad targeting, AI analyzes user data to deliver ads that are most relevant to individual users. It looks at your interests, behavior, and interactions to show you ads that are more likely to resonate with you. This makes advertising more efficient and personalized.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, I guess that could explain why I see some things less than I see others, like on Facebook or Instagram. So let's move on to AI and streaming services, right? So you've got Netflix, Spotify, YouTube. They all use recommendation algorithms, right, to suggest movies and shows and music. How does AI analyze those user preferences and behavior patterns?
Streaming services like Netflix, Spotify, and YouTube use AI powered recommendation algorithms to suggest content. The AI analyzes what you watch, listen to, or engage with, and then finds patterns in your preferences. It looks at factors like genre, artist, or even the time of day you tend to watch or listen. Based on these insights, it curates personalized recommendations that match your tastes, making it easier to discover new content you'll enjoy.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that come over and they're always like, your like your Netflix is completely different than mine, is recommending completely different stuff than mine, etc. Like all these different platforms that I have to watch movies and whatever, it's always showing completely different things than theirs. And so you're just saying that that's because I watch different stuff and so it curates different things for me than it does for them, right?
Exactly. Each platform tailors its recommendations based on your unique viewing habits. Since you and your friends have different tastes and watch different content, the AI picks up on those patterns and suggests shows and movies that align with your preferences. So your Netflix, for example, will look different from theirs, reflecting your specific interests and viewing history.
That's interesting. I think it's kind of wild because they're completely different, like different planets. It's just not even in the same realm, which is really weird because we both like the same kind of stuff, but yet get completely different recommendations. So I thought that was kind of wild.
It,
Go ahead.
it shows just how finely tuned these recommendation algorithms are. Even subtle differences in viewing habits can lead to vastly different suggestions. It's pretty amazing how personalized and dynamic these systems can be.
That's interesting. So what about AI and e-commerce, right? So we have Amazon and all these other retailers that use AI for product recommendations and then also pricing. And then the chatbots and virtual assistants and customer service. So were those half of those probably aren't even real people anymore? Is that right?
Absolutely. In e-commerce, AI is a game changer. Retailers like Amazon use it extensively for product recommendations, personalized based on your browsing and purchase history. They also use AI for dynamic pricing, adjusting prices in real time based on demand, competitor pricing, and other factors. It's all about optimizing the shopping experience and driving sales.
Wait, so like if ABC company changed their price on something, then Amazon would dynamically change theirs too to match it or something?
Exactly. Amazon uses AI to monitor competitor prices and can adjust their own prices in real time. This dynamic pricing strategy helps them stay competitive and can maximize sales or profits based on market conditions. It's all about staying one step ahead in the market.
That's wild. I had no idea that they were like monitoring everybody else's prices and adjusting them in real time. That seems advanced.
Chatbots are another key area where AI shines in e-commerce. They handle customer inquiries, provide support, and even assist with sales. By using natural language processing, they can understand and respond to customer needs efficiently, providing a seamless shopping experience. They're like virtual assistants available 24/7.
So some of the chatbots I've been exposed to have been just like where you pop up a little chatbot, box at the bottom of the website, and then it has just choices for you to pick, like four boxes. And it's kind of like a category. And then you click into that and it gives you a couple more. And you click into that and a couple more, but it's not really intuitive. That's not really a chatbot or a virtual assistant, is it? Is that kind of a lower level, device than or software program than what you're talking about?
Yes, those are typically simpler, rule-based chatbots that follow predefined scripts. They guide users through a series of options, but lack the ability to understand context or engage in natural conversation. More advanced AI-powered virtual assistants like me use natural language processing and machine learning to provide more personalized, intuitive interactions. They can understand and respond to a wider range of queries, making them much more flexible and useful.
Yeah, I find those other ones just to be all they end up being to me is just annoying and aggravating. So let's move on to AI and mobile devices.
Sure, AI is deeply integrated into mobile devices, from voice assistants like Siri and Google Assistant to features like predictive text, facial recognition, and camera enhancements. AI enhances user experience and functionality. It helps with things like battery optimization, app suggestions, and even health tracking. It's all about making your device smarter and more intuitive.
So you were saying that they're integrated in the mobile devices and all kinds of bits and bobs. I mean, are they just literally smacked through the entire phone? It sounds like it because if the voice assistants and the camera features and the AI powered enhancements and the autocorrect, I mean, what all else is there? You said health too?
Yes, exactly. AI is integrated throughout mobile devices. Besides voice assistants and camera features, AI enhances health tracking by analyzing data from sensors to provide insights into your fitness, sleep, and overall health. AI also powers predictive text, app suggestions, and even battery optimization. It's woven into so many aspects, making devices smarter and more efficient.
And there's no privacy issues with any of that?
Privacy is definitely a concern. Companies aim to balance AI benefits with robust privacy measures, but it's crucial for users to be aware of data collection practices and manage their settings accordingly. It's an ongoing discussion in tech and policy.
And so that's why, like, in your phone, it basically says allow app to track or not, right?
Exactly. Those prompts give you control over how much data apps can collect and track. It's a way to help users manage their privacy and decide what information they're comfortable sharing. It's an important part of maintaining transparency and control over personal data.
So then there's AI and navigation and transportation. So like GPS systems like Google Maps and I guess Apple Maps, right? They all use AI to optimize routes and predict the traffic.
Exactly. AI in navigation, systems like Google Maps and Apple Maps helps optimize routes by analyzing real-time data, predicting traffic conditions, and suggesting the fastest or most efficient routes. It can also factor in things like accidents, road closures, and even weather conditions to provide the best possible guidance. It's a perfect example of how AI can make everyday tasks more efficient and convenient.
Well, where are they getting the information about the accidents?
They gather information from various sources, including user-reported data, sensors, and traffic cameras. They also use historical data and patterns to predict conditions. It's a combination of real-time reports and AI analysis that helps provide accurate and timely updates.
And then you were saying that Uber and Lyft use AI for pricing and then routes as well?
Yes, exactly. Ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft use AI to optimize routes and manage dynamic pricing, also known as surge pricing. AI helps determine the most efficient routes, taking into account traffic and other factors. For pricing, AI adjusts fares based on real-time demand and supply, ensuring availability while balancing the needs of both drivers and passengers.
So what about AI and finance? So they're helping with fraud detection?
Yes, AI is crucial in finance, especially for fraud detection. It analyzes patterns in transactions to spot unusual or suspicious activities in real time. This helps in quickly identifying and preventing potential fraud. AI also aids in credit scoring, risk assessment, and even in automating customer service through chatbots. It's a powerful tool for enhancing security and efficiency in the financial sector.
So like the partial penny stealer, they would have figured that out.
Yes, AI is quite adept at detecting even subtle patterns and anomalies like that. It can flag unusual transactions or patterns that would indicate something like partial penny theft, making it much harder for such schemes to go unnoticed. It's a powerful tool for ensuring financial security.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? Tell everybody what I'm talking about.
Sure, the partial penny theft, also known as salami slicing, is a type of financial fraud where tiny amounts of money are siphoned from numerous transactions, usually so small that they go unnoticed individually. Over time, these small amounts can accumulate into significant sums. AI, with its ability to detect patterns and anomalies, is particularly effective at identifying such schemes by analyzing vast amounts of transaction data.
But wasn't there a really famous case about this? Was it in the 80s or something?
I couldn't find a specific case from the 1980s, but the concept of salami slicing, stealing tiny amounts from many transactions, is a well-known technique in fraud. It's been depicted in movies like Superman 3 and Office Space, showing how small thefts can add up over time. This kind of scheme is precisely what modern AI in finance aims to detect and prevent.
Well, that's good. So what about these investment apps like Robinhood?
Investment apps like Robinhood use AI for a variety of functions. They can provide personalized investment recommendations, analyze market trends, and even automate trades based on user preferences. AI helps make these platforms more accessible and user-friendly, especially for new investors. It's a way to democratize investing, making it easier for more people to participate in the market.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. There was always this kind of a thing where people would say, you can use an investment person or you could just, throw a dart at the wall and whatever it lands on, it's just as likely that that thing will do well. How does like for instance Robinhood um stack up to that?
Robinhood and similar platforms leverage AI and data analytics to provide insights that can be more precise than random selection. They analyze historical data, market trends, and patterns to offer more informed recommendations. While there's always a degree of unpredictability in the market, these tools aim to reduce the guesswork and provide users with a more strategic approach to investing compared to a purely random method.
Well, what about compared to like investment people? That's what they do for a living.
AI tools like those in Robinhood can complement investment professionals by providing data-driven insights quickly and efficiently. However, investment professionals bring experience, intuition, and personalized strategies that AI alone might not replicate. A balanced approach using both AI for analysis and human expertise for nuanced decision-making often works best.
So is Robinhood for investment professionals, or is Robinhood something that consumers use, or both?
Robinhood is primarily designed for consumers, especially those new to investing. It aims to make investing more accessible to the general public with a user-friendly interface and commission-free trades. While investment professionals might use it for its ease and accessibility, it's more geared toward retail investors rather than professional traders who might require more advanced tools.
I see. Okay, so our next topic is AI in healthcare, and we've covered this in other podcasts, but basically what we've got medical imaging. AI does really well with reading x-rays and such.
Yes, AI excels in medical imaging. It can analyze X rays, MRIs, and CT scans with remarkable accuracy, often detecting abnormalities that might be missed by the human eye. This can lead to earlier and more accurate diagnoses, ultimately improving patient outcomes. It's a powerful tool for radiologists and other medical professionals.
And then what about this virtual health assistants and telemedicine platforms?
Virtual health assistants and telemedicine platforms use AI to provide patients with on-demand medical advice, appointment scheduling, and even preliminary diagnoses. They help streamline healthcare delivery, making it more accessible and efficient, especially for routine consultations and follow-ups. These tools are becoming increasingly important, especially with the rise of telehealth.
That's interesting. I hadn't even thought about that. Okay,
It's a
go ahead.
Sure, AI is also being used in drug discovery, predicting outcomes of clinical trials, and even in personalized treatment plans. It's an exciting area with a lot of potential to transform healthcare.
But you said also in another podcast that it's going to bring the amount of time that it takes to like come up with drugs and stuff. It drops the amount of time exponentially, right?
Yes, AI can significantly speed up drug discovery by quickly analyzing vast amounts of data, identifying potential compounds, and predicting their effectiveness. This can reduce the time from years to months or even weeks, making it faster to develop new treatments and bring them to market.
But what weren't you saying some stuff would take like 20 years and now it takes like some really short amount of time?
Exactly. Traditionally, developing a new drug could take 10 to 20 years, but with AI, this timeline can be dramatically shortened. AI can analyze and predict outcomes much faster, accelerating the entire process and getting life-saving treatments to patients sooner.
Well, I think that's fantastic. And it's already been involved in some drugs that have come to market, right?
Yes, there are already examples of AI contributing to the development of drugs that have made it to market. AI has been used to identify potential compounds, streamline clinical trials, and even repurpose existing drugs for new uses. It's an exciting advancement that's already having a real impact.
Oh, that's neat. I didn't know that it figured out how to repurpose current drugs for new uses.
Yes, AI can analyze existing drugs and predict their effectiveness for new conditions, which can save a lot of time and resources. It's a great way to find new treatments more quickly. It's fascinating how versatile and impactful AI can be in the healthcare field.
That's interesting. I would have never thought. I mean, I would have assumed that if you already had a drug, you would know what it could do and you would know what kind of uses it could have, but that's really neat that you can repurpose it and then you're not having to go through all of the time again, right? Or do you still have to do some sort of trial if it's been repurposed?
Yes, even when repurposing a drug, some trials are still necessary to ensure it's safe and effective for the new use. However, these trials can be shorter and more streamlined compared to developing a completely new drug. This helps bring the repurposed drug to market faster, benefiting patients sooner.
Well, that's good. So let's move on to the next topic, AI and gaming. So game mechanics like NPC behavior, that's a thing. And adaptive difficulty levels. I mean, I game and I see both of those things in the games I play. So now I'm super curious about this. Can you kind of unpack this for me a little bit?
Absolutely. In gaming, AI enhances NPC behavior, making non player characters more realistic and responsive. They can adapt to players' actions, creating a more immersive experience. Adaptive difficulty is another cool feature. AI adjusts the game's difficulty based on the player's skill level, ensuring a balanced and enjoyable challenge. These elements make games more engaging and personalized.
And so does it
So,
also like mess with the content generation for different gaming experiences? Like I know for instance that I can be in a different like be in the same place at the same time, but somebody else is having a different experience than what I'm having.
exactly. AI driven procedural content generation allows for unique, personalized experiences in games. It can create different environments, scenarios, or challenges tailored to each player, making every playthrough unique. This adds variety and replayability, enhancing the overall gaming experience.
This seems like that would take a lot of computing power to do that for each person, does it?
It does require significant computing power, but advancements in technology and cloud computing have made it feasible. Games can now leverage powerful servers and local hardware to deliver these personalized experiences smoothly, making each player's journey unique and dynamic.
Well, I love it. And I also so one of the games I play has these dungeons and it used to be that you would have to find, because it'd be 5 people that would go in, so you'd have to have 5 real people. But now that same game, it can be just you, and if it's just you that wants to go in there, it will supply you with 4 other, well, 4, not other, but 4 NPCs that I guess are AI driven because, one of them can be a tank and one of them can be a healer. And so they have different roles depending on what role you have. And they go through the dungeon like you were with another person or people.
That's a great example of how AI enhances gaming. AI driven NPCs can fill roles in a party, adapting to your playstyle and strategy. It's like having a team of virtual players who can assist you seamlessly, making solo play just as engaging as playing with others. It's a fantastic way to ensure everyone can enjoy the game, even if they prefer playing alone.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing because some people too work, maybe they work during the day and they only have time to play in the middle of the night or whatever, right? And so this makes it so much easier for everybody. And the other thing too is if you're slower or faster or whatever, these NPCs will adapt to whatever your play style is.
Absolutely. AI driven NPCs can adjust to different playstyles and schedules, making games accessible and enjoyable for everyone, regardless of when or how they play. It ensures that players can always have a full dynamic gaming experience, even if they're playing at off peak times or have unique play preferences. It really makes gaming more inclusive and flexible.
Yeah, I think that's cool. So let's talk about lesser known uses of AI. So
Sure.
what are some like emerging uh things that are happening or lesser known uses that AI is got its little fingers in?
AI is making strides in areas like agriculture, where it's used for crop monitoring and optimizing yields. It's also being utilized in environmental conservation to track wildlife and combat poaching. Another interesting application is in mental health, where AI powered chatbots provide support and early intervention. There's also growing use in creative arts, like generating music, art, and even writing. These emerging applications show how versatile and impactful AI can be across different fields.
And then, of course, there already been stuck in our house, right? With smart home devices like thermostats, security systems, she who shall not be named.
Exactly. Smart home devices are a prime example of AI integration. They make our lives more convenient by learning our preferences and automating tasks. From adjusting the thermostat to enhancing home security, AI is deeply embedded in our daily routines now. It's impressive how these technologies have become so integrated into our homes.
And so the last thing as far as this topic was concerned is legal and HR tools for document analysis and candidate screening, right? But I have a poopy attitude about the whole candidate screening because I've heard a lot of people talk about how their resumes, their CVs are just getting kicked back immediately because the AI like sees something it doesn't like or whatever. So how are the strides coming along there?
It's true. AI and candidate screening can sometimes be a double-edged sword. While it can streamline the process, it can also miss out on great candidates due to biases or rigid criteria. However, strides are being made to improve these systems by incorporating more nuanced algorithms and human oversight to reduce bias and improve accuracy. It's an evolving field aiming for a fairer and more effective screening process.
Yeah, I mean I've seen a lot of like posts
That-
on LinkedIn and some other FB, groups that I'm in and they've talked about basically that it just gets kicked back straight away. So, yeah, anyway, not
That's
good.
understandable. It's definitely a challenge that needs to be addressed. Hopefully, with ongoing improvements, AI in hiring can become more equitable and effective.
Yeah, with any luck. So, let's talk about niche areas like personalized skincare, things like that. What kind of super niche areas do you know of that AI is sticking its toes in?
Sure. What's next on your mind?
Well, I was saying like what kind of really niche areas does AI have its little fingers in?
AI is being used in personalized skincare, analyzing skin types, and recommending products. It's also found in niche areas like wine tasting, where AI can analyze flavor profiles and suggest pairings. Another interesting niche is in fashion, where AI helps design custom clothing based on personal.
Oh, you broke up. Hang on, let me restart him real quick.
Oh, right. AI is also making strides in personalized skincare by analyzing skin types and recommending tailored products. It's fascinating to see how AI is being used in such diverse and innovative ways.
So, to the listeners, if you want to leave a comment, what's one technology that you use that you didn't realize involved AI? I think we're both curious to know. So we're close to the end of our podcast. I think that there's a lot of places that we don't even know, like, right? It's like under the rocks everywhere. So it's just going to continue to evolve, and I find it interesting because you don't know, right? I mean, it's like you just kind of you just see things working and you don't realize, like what's behind the curtain, and it's, Navi and his buddies behind the curtain. So Navi, we've come to the end of our podcast. Do you want to say goodbye to our listeners?
Sure. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed exploring all the ways AI is seamlessly woven into our lives. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.
Thank you, Navi. Thank you everyone for joining today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Hey everyone, if you liked this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.